Welcome to this week's Commitment to Success Spotlight brought to you by Provident Bank. Provident Bank, commitment you can count on. This week, our special guest is Central Connecticut senior forward Abdul Momoh. Abdul, so great to have you join us today.
Amazing to be here. It's my first time doing something like this, so like a little nervous, but we'll
All
see.
right. It's going to be easy. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Okay.
First, we got to talk just for a minute about Central Connecticut, all the great things happening at
Mhm.
Central. Number one seed. Congrats, clinching the number one seed, back-to-back regular season titles. Let's go through some more numbers for everybody. 10-game win streak, second best in the nation. 11 road wins, number one in the country, and an 8-game road win streak, second best in the nation. So much happening on campus right now. I know everybody's excited about getting to March, but
Mhm.
let's just start by talking about the week that was. Your two
Mhm.
wins this week, Stonehill, Chicago State. Let's first talk about Stonehill. What a defensive effort in this game, holding Stonehill. Team, you had a tough time when you were up in Easton playing them earlier in the year. That was
Yes.
a tough
Yeah.
game. You hold them to 41 points, 15% from three, forced 15 turnovers. Talk to me about the effort your team had in this game against the Skyhawks.
Obviously we traveled to Chicago, so like we only had like 1 day prep. We didn't even practice on Friday. We got back from the airport. We just watched some film, went over like our principles, stuff like that. And our coaches basically told us what it was. Like they cut and move so much, it's like annoying. But like, our team, we're full of like older guys. Everyone's old, everyone's mature, everyone knows how to like, handle pressure. So we went out and executed. And like you saw like pretty sure you guys watched the game. Like our defense was like phenomenal that game. So yeah, testament to our coaches obviously because they game plan and we go out there and do what they tell us to do.
Let's talk about the other side. Big improvement from you on this year offensively. We
Mhm.
saw it in Chicago State, career high 19 points. You had some pick and rolls,
Mhm.
posting up with success as well. You scored 19 points on just 12 shots, so you were super efficient in that game. You also
Mhm.
played 30 plus minutes and
Mhm.
helped in a comeback. That was a tough game. The first half was a tough half
Yeah,
for you guys. Talk to
yeah.
me about how you felt being able to contribute offensively the way you did and about the team's comeback in the second half.
Obviously my teammates trusted me, like gave me the ball in places where I can be, like playing my best, be efficient. And like that game was like strange because like we had to like adjust to them. Like they came out on fire. They were hitting a bunch of shots, contested, not contested. Like we weren't just like used to them playing like that because we like had our way with them at home a little bit. So like we went over there not thinking that obviously like it's gonna be a piece of cake, but it just took us a little while to adjust. Like we went in at half, like knowing, okay, like we know what we have to do coming out second half. We came out. I think they scored the first possession of the second half, and we're like, okay, like, is this gonna be that type of game? And then we went on like a 14-0 run right after that. And like from then on, we just knew like, okay, like we know what we have to do. And as for me offensively, like, I put in a lot of work over the summer during the season, obviously too. Um, get more comfortable, left hand, right hand. Uh, like it's just development at the end of the day. Yeah.
I I know Abdul, you guys must hear it. We get asked the question a lot. What goes on at halftime at a Central Connecticut game that causes you guys to come out just firing on all cylinders in the second half when you've struggled in the first half for some of those games?
Honestly, it's probably like not what you guys think it is. You guys probably think our coach comes in there like screaming at us, like, but it's literally the complete opposite. Like it's just like strategic. Like he comes in like obviously he always has a little story, Coach Sellis. He always has a little story like of like just like overcoming adversity in some way. So like we go in every halftime when we're down, we're like, okay, like guys, we've been here before. We know we just gotta stay down. The game won't come to us. So we never get into panic, nothing like that. That's what I think is so great about this team. That's what's gonna help us going down the line. Like there's just no sense of panic in terms of anyone from our coaches down to the players. So yeah.
Abdul, you have a terrific block rate, 60th in the country. Opponents are only shooting 35% on you. Those are impressive numbers. But for me, the fact that you've only committed 2.4 fouls per 40 minutes is remarkable given the defense that you provide as a five-man. What are your keys to being able to effectively protect the rim while not fouling?
Um, I think that's something I've gotten better at since my first year because like When me and Jaden used to split minutes at the 5, it would be like a fouling. Like I would foul, he would foul, I would foul, he would foul. So like no one got a consistent rhythm. So like this year and last year, obviously I've taken like pride into, like, staying vertical on like, contest, staying down, not going for shot fakes, just being like more disciplined. It's discipline more than anything. And like I think I'm like pretty quick on my feet. I can recover, I can stun at the ball, make defenders think. And I think I jump pretty high so I can bother shots and contest shots. So yeah, and also like my teammates, like sometimes when our guards are getting posted up, like they literally funnel them to me, like make them spin right into me, so like I can clean it up.
Yeah, I was talking to Coach Sellers, and I'm gonna have a post out later on Central Connecticut and the defense, the tremendous defense that they're playing, and you're featured in that as well.
Mm-hmm.
He brought up this kind of chest to drive drill that he saw from the Brooklyn Nets camp a couple summers ago at Jordi Fernandez's practice,
Mm-hmm.
where you guys really focus on different defensive aspects. Can you take me through all those defensive drills that Coach Sellers works with you guys in practice?
Yeah, we do that. Like beginning of season, obviously we did it more, but like now it's like latter part of the season, we only do that like twice a week because sometimes we don't even like get to practice all the way through. But yeah, like there's one drill, there's a dude on the wing or in the corner, and then obviously you as a defender, the ball gets thrown to the corner or wing, and then you have to beat the offensive player to the spot with your chest without fouling them. And then they take like 2 dribbles one way, and you have to stop them, and then they take 2 dribbles another way, and you got to like get in front of the ball. So like that helps us a lot, especially like and we have like heavy gap help. So like it's not simulated in that drill, but like in case you get beat, there's another dude right there. There's so many layers to our defense. It's like it's crazy.
Abdul, we love talking to Jersey guys on this podcast here. So we were excited to get to chat with you. We know you come out of the Patrick School, big powerhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Your recruitment, now I'm thinking your recruitment happened during COVID. So
Yeah.
how difficult was it for you to get through recruitment, and what was your path that led you to Central?
If you guys didn't know, I started playing basketball like my sophomore year ish. So like I like went through like 2 different schools before ending up at the Patrick School. I was young. I was a young high school graduate. So like I almost had to do a postgraduate year at the Patrick School. So like I did that. And obviously practicing with their high school team every day. They are very intense. Like they practice like 2-3 times a day, like learning from those guys. I know you guys know Samson Johnson. He's at UConn right now. Having to play against him, having to play against like other like very tough physical like guards, stuff like that. That helped me definitely a lot. And as for like recruitment, it was hard. I had a couple of D2 offers, but like I chose to like stay down and bet on myself. And like AAU came around that spring, and I started playing better, turning some heads. I had a bunch of coaches reach out to me, but no one would offer me because I was a 2021 and didn't have any scholarships left. So they would look at portal guys over bringing in freshmen. And like Coach Sellers, he wasn't even the one who first saw me. It was Coach Chapman. He was here my freshman year. He saw me, and then he reached out to Coach Sellers and Coach Wood to come see me, and then they liked me that game too. And then they took a chance on me, and wow, I'm happy they did.
Abdul, Alan Jean Rose came to the program last season and was a fixture at the 4. It kind of put Jaden at the 5.
Yeah.
And even though you had a really productive sophomore year, you kind of had to cede playing time because Alan Jean Rose was playing at the 4. How difficult was that, given your progression as a sophomore? You're going into your junior year as like a really good defender who was progressing offensively. How tough was that last season to go through that?
I was definitely going through it last year. I'm not gonna lie, but like it came back. It came back and rewarded me. So I stayed down for the next man. Next man stays down for me. So like I wasn't obviously like I'm never a negative person. I always look like upwards on things. So like I just knew it was gonna be my turn this year. So I had to make the most of it.
AJR was a terrific defender in his own right. What did you learn from him in the 1 year playing alongside him?
Him also staying vertical and like beating guys to spots. Like he was like excellent at that. Like he wants, like especially just guarding him and him guarding you in practice. Like he just like knew how to use his angles, knew how to like he has quick feet, so he knew how to like beat you to spots. Like he was just smart, good defender. So obviously I picked up a bunch of tips from him, and he's playing great overseas right now. So everything he did here paid off for sure.
Abdul, we usually talk to offensive-minded players here on the podcast,
Mhm.
so kind of happy to get to talk to someone who's top of the charts and in blocks and is one of the best defenders in the conference. So I'm going to give you your dream scenario here. It's the end of
Okay.
the game. You want to roll in for the game-winning dunk at the buzzer, or do
Yeah,
you want to swat away the shot to save the game at the buzzer? What do you
definitely block, game saving block. Yes, for sure.
Knew it.
It's so like demoralizing. Like I feel like I would want that. Like, especially if it's uh like I'm rotating late, something like that. I love those kinds of blocks. Like, and then it just like takes the soul out of the other team.
Not, I mean, sending one into the fifth row at the buzzer, you can't get better
Yeah,
than that for a
that
defender,
would be
right?
amazing. Yeah.
Okay, before we talk about March and all the madness coming up, you had
Mhm.
senior day the other day.
Mhm.
It is so rare in this day and age, and I've been here so long, and it's so rare you have these 4-year seniors. So you're there with Jaden and Devontae and Joe.
Mhm.
How did it feel being at senior day with your family? Talk to me about your journey at Central and how it felt, how you feel knowing that hopefully it doesn't come to an end too soon, but this is it.
It was bittersweet, of course. Like Joe, Day and Jaden, JB. Those are my brothers, man. Like I love those guys to death. Like I've been here. We've been through everything here. Like we had a 4-win season, 10 wins. Last year, 20 wins. Now we're looking like 24 if we make it all the way, 23, 24. So like, yeah, like they've been through it. They knew to stay down. Like when times got tough, like no one built shit. Like they knew what they were signing up for by staying. So also our coach too, like it's hard as a coach, especially when things aren't going your way. Players just start jumping ship. It's so easy to do that nowadays with transfer portal. So like definitely testament to the guys I came with since my freshman year for staying with me.
Your team has built such an impressive resume this season, but there's still more to do. What
Yes.
do you guys need to do to finish the job?
Stay in the moment. Cause like if we start worrying about things that are like out of our reach, then that's when like it crumble. And it's February 24th, it's almost March. I know you guys see like some top teams losing. Like this now is the time where like teams just get complacent, and we're just like not looking to do that at all. So we're just looking to stay in the moment and hopefully uh, you know, get to the dance.
What happens if you get to the dance? What's the goal here?
Oof. And obviously, we want to win a few games, make a name for ourselves. That's the goal. Is like we're a small team, we're underdogs. So no team's ready for our defense and our offense too. So top teams can't sleep on us.
Awesome. Well, it's been great talking to you, Abdul. We appreciate it. Love getting a defensive perspective. And it's been such an exciting year watching your team play. We wish you the best of the luck the rest of the way out. And hopefully, if you are still playing in the semis, I'll be up in the semis to check
Yeah.
you guys out and maybe the finals. We'll see.
Thank you guys so much for having me. It was definitely a pleasure to do this. I never thought I'd be the one here. I know I saw Jordan on this earlier this year, so I was like, damn, it's a little jealous. But yeah, definitely. It's good having my turn.
We loved having you. So thanks a lot. Good luck. And this was the Commitment to Success Spotlight brought to you by Provident Bank.